Okay, this song is called The Tragic Tale of Timothy Gerous and Bryce Mahogany. It is not based on a true story. It is based off of a fictional story that I created. And it outlines a man who makes some not so good choices, to say the least. He does not understand the importance of treating everybody equally, as he is a high-class individual, and clearly does not understand the importance of basic human interaction and many things due to his high status and wealth. It kind of corrupts him in a way, and he ends up learning the true meaning of life, but by then it ends up being too late. He should have learned these things throughout his life and not been such a terrible individual. Let me tell you a sad story, the tale of Timmy Gerous and Bryce Mahogany. Mr. Gerous looked like a bear, only 35 and fat with thick gray hair. Mr. Gerous had a good life, was a billionaire by the time he was 25. Mr. Gerous was a stockbroker, lived in a mansion on 23 Mortar Street. Mr. Gerous had a pretty dime for a wife. Little did she know he slept with a knife under his pillow so he could murder her when she turned 45. This dude, Mr. Gerous, he was a crazy guy. Mr. Gerous got a lot of head, had a lot of good times with a lot of girls in his bed. His wife, she was his slave, did all he wanted when he cheated on her. She was broken-hearted, but she loved him, so she continued to carry out his needs. This dude, Mr. Gerous, he was so mean. But one sad day, Timmy Gerous found that life's not always good to him. Sometimes some things can happen in your life that you never expect. Your best moment can be your worst at the next. Timothy Gerous was hiking in the Appalachians. There he was marveling about how he's a good creation with his fat round rolls and his thick gray hair. He wondered why the whole world didn't love him yet. But Mr. Gerous walked into the fields and had an experience that seemed to be unreal. Bryce Mahogany popped right out of the tree and bit Mr. Gerous right in his wee-wee. Bit his wee-wee straight off, and it hurt really bad. Mr. Gerous got rabies, and he was sad. Mr. Gerous was taken to the hospital. Maybe Mr. Gerous shouldn't have been such a fucking asshole. Why was he so dumb to get bit by a raccoon? Should have been watching out more instead of just trying to slay the poon. In the hospital bed, Mr. Gerous thought to himself, maybe I should stop only thinking about myself. I have a lot of money, and I had a good life. Maybe I should help somebody else try to get by. But by then, it was too late. Timothy Gerous would soon face his tragic fate. Timothy Gerous donated his organs to the poor, then killed himself. Timothy Gerous was no more. Sad, right? Live life to the fullest. Don't take anything for granted, or else you might get your dick bit off by a raccoon. Yeah.